Yo, what's hood? What's good, everybody? Welcome to the Virtual Man Cave Entertainment. And tonight, you already know what we got. We got the Diamond, the new name, the forecast, the show, the MLB Weekly Rundown with Nate the Great. What up, Nate? What's good, family?
What's happening? What's happening?
Not much. Just want to give a quick shout out to Leo for those dope graphics that he set us up and hooked us up with, yo. You know what I'm
Yes,
saying?
indeed. Yes, indeed.
Behind the scenes doing what he do as always, yo. You know what I mean? So we appreciate you, Leo. But what's good with you though, brother Nate, man? How's life, yo?
Life is good. Can't complain. Came back off the holiday. Been a little bit of an extended week, 2 weeks or whatever. Been gone. Just working as always. That's it. And thankfully, the weather isn't as hot. Well, it was while everybody was having the heat wave. We wasn't as hot, at least here for a couple days last week.
Which is crazy because it seems like we got a switch of the heat and stuff like that. We got what you guys normally get, and it was, man. Listen, I ain't like it one bit, bro. It was crazy. Like it was diabolical. I don't know how you survive out there. I couldn't do it.
We make it work.
Yeah, I see. However y'all do it, I respect everybody who deal with them wild hot temperatures, yo, because it was a scorch out here, man. But that's not the reason why we missed 2 weeks, man. Like you said, everybody, like we always tell you guys, we are head of households. We have responsibilities to take care of. So we have the unfortunate unpleasure of not being able to do a show. It's because we were just taking care of business, show. But we back, we here, we got a wonderful show ahead of you guys, man. With great entertainment and the great news that we do. So without further ado, we're going to start off with the highlights as we always do. And I'm going to bring one up real quick.
On the ground, and a great stab by Schmidt. He touched the base, somehow threw to first and got the double play. That's one of the greatest plays I've ever seen.
Wow. That was kind of amazing right there. Looked like he could have been a Met. Nah, that was a dope play though by homie though.
Yeah, it was Casey Smith from the Central Giants third baseman.
There goes Reynolds there. Oh, wow. They're going to try and steal home here. And he does steal home. Connor.
Hold up. We got to run that back, selector.
There goes Reynolds there. Oh, wow. They're going to try and steal home here. And he does steal home.
Crazy. So he stole second base and home.
Yeah, well, he stole home, but his teammate stole second.
That's what I mean. Like they got second base and home.
Yeah, they did a double steal.
Yeah, the team's gonna be running extra laps at practice.
That's what you're doing.
Hey, you giving up a double? Listen, 2 stolen bases at once, in one play. It wasn't even like it was back to back. I can understand back to back, but it was just one play where they got you. That was like some trick play, yo. Where they do that at, Nate?
It's a good base running by the other team.
Great base running. Hey, salute. Y'all get extra sodas, get extra Mountain Dews or something, yo. I don't know. Less laps at practice.
Okamoto sends one deep down the right field line, and it is off the wall. No, it is gone. The signal from the first base umpire.
Wait. It hit the wall, though.
Nah. The top part of
it sends one deep down the right field line, and it is off the wall. No, it is gone. The signal from the first base umpire.
Check his fan, dude.
He got some points. He got some points on it.
I don't know. He might. Shoot. Oh, hold on. Somebody want to get a shout out? All right, Ultra B gang. All right, hold on. You want to shout out? Yo, shout out to the family. Yo, shout out to the squad, Joe. We appreciate you, man.
Shout out.
Word, we shout you out. Can we get a like? Can we get a subscribe? You know what I'm saying? Can we get that though? We show love. Yo, peace and love, man. Check the comments real fast before I play the next highlight. People's chatting. We appreciate y'all. Okay. Hey, man, if you love it, we love it too, man. We appreciate you. All right? That's what's up. So I'm saying, Nate, why the called that a whatchamacallit? A home run.
Because hit the top. It's a top part over there at the stadium where it's green. It's like green, but once you hit that top of that, that's considered over the wall.
Okay. Well, you know what, Ultra B? You know what? We're gonna touch and agree and say amen. Okay. We're gonna touch and agree. Can I say a verse? Yo, drop a verse, man. Drop a verse, man. Do what you do. We ain't gonna hate. We don't discriminate. Positive energy is appreciated over here. Okay, well, I'm gonna remix the shout out. All right, Princess. You know, proper ado. We appreciate that you tapped in and tuned in. So you said, I'm sorry, Nate, I didn't hear you before when you said why he called it a home run.
Yeah, it's like a little part of the wall over there where the Giants play at on the right field wall. Where going towards McCovey Cove, where it's kind of low, but like once you hit the top of that, that's considered over the wall.
All right.
You would have still called it not a home run, wouldn't you?
Pretty much. I'm saying that for it to be a home run, it gotta go all the way over. It hit the wall, came back in. It's in play, man. Do what you do. It's live. It's live action, baby. I guess that's why I do this, and you know, I'm not MLB the great. I'm just Jay.
Nah, you great with everything else you do, man. That's why we got the show running.
I appreciate that. Carries over the wall. 300 for Shohei Ohtani.
Ohtani got 300?
Yep.
That's it?
Yeah.
I'm not saying that's it, like it's not a lot. I just thought he had more personally.
You thought he was already at 500?
Hey, listen, Ohtani every time I turn around, Ohtani hit a home run. He hit a grand slam. He hit a duck. You know what I'm saying? That's what he do. I'm just trying to give props to recognize his greatness.
Oh, of course, but he ain't there yet.
So, do you think, and we all know how dope Barry Bonds was when he played. Is he on Barry Bonds level?
I don't think so. No. When I mean I don't think so, he is a great hitter in his own right. I mean, he you can't take that away from him, but I think just the only difference I think with them is he doesn't he's still not getting the full Barry Bonds treatment. He gets it somewhat sometimes, but if you think about how many times Barry walked in a season, if you would have given Barry at least half of those walks back, I think Barry hits 900 to maybe close to even 1,000 home runs for his career, possibly. It's a stretch, but he definitely hits 800 for sure.
Okay. So if you wouldn't say Barry, would you put him up there with like the Mark McGwire, Sammy Sosa's? Like, I'm just trying to see where he fits with the elites from our era, from when we was. Well, I'm not saying our era, from when I was watching baseball.
He's up there. I think he's an overall better hitter than Sammy Sosa overall, personally. So I would put him above Sammy Sosa, honestly. McGwire was a great hitter as well. McGwire was one of the main ones who, when the steroid scandal came out, he talked about the whole hand-eye coordination thing. And like you said, it doesn't matter how big you are. You can have all the muscles in the world, but if you can't see that baseball and make that swing and have it level, then this ain't playing 2K or a video game where you put everything on 99. You can tap any button and or if you bunt it, it'll be a home run. It's not like that. It's not how it is.
Got you. Yo, real quick from Ultra B, I'm gonna show he wanted to drop a verse. John 3:16 said that God so loved the world that he gave his one and only son to die on the cross for us. And he hit us with Philippines 4:13 says that I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. I'm gonna say amen.
Amen.
Peace and love. We appreciate those gems, brother. We appreciate that, man. And you know what? You drop one more comment, Ultra B, man. You hit us with the love, you guys, man. We love you too, bro. You know what I'm saying? Love is love, man.
We appreciate
that, man. You know, we hope you have a beautiful, blessed evening and, you know what I'm saying, and night, bro. Thank you. Nah, we thank you. Because you could be doing anything else right now. But you tapped in, tuned in, sharing positive energy with us. So, yo, we reciprocate that, man. We send it right back. And speaking of positive energy, since we on the wave right now, we got another highlight of a person who has some good vibes. My boy Ryan.
Oh my. This is deep. You've never seen it. 10 RBIs by a Pirate. Ryan O'Hearn, the first Pirate with a 10 RBI game. 10. A perfect 10. Hats off, tarps off for you, Ryan O'Hearn. It's screwed them all in.
Yeah, everything was going good until they showed them dudes with them shirts off, man. That was crazy. It was like a whole section full of stank people, yo. Like, and they was fanning their shirts, so you know they was just putting mad stank air in the atmosphere, yo. That's wild, yo. They got to stop that.
It's still going because it was when I was watching the Cardinals and the Brewers earlier before we started the show. It was going on. It was going on up there too. And just for a quick, yeah, they were doing it. They still doing it at other stadiums. It's not just one stadium. Everybody.
Oh man, we made your day. You just subscribe. Well, we appreciate you, man. You made our day. I know. Come on, Nate. Look what you're doing, Nate. You're getting the subscribers, Nate. Come on, Nate. This is why we call you Nate the Great. I
appreciate everybody that watches the show. Also, don't forget to check out our other shows, which we have Moments with Unc, which is on Mondays, and our OG Man Cave show, which we have on Fridays, which will be tomorrow, where we talk about every other thing in life aspect. We talk life, sports, we talk music, entertainment, and everything else.
Yeah.
And just a quick backstory on that. Ryan O'Hearn's 10 RBIs actually broke the record. The previous franchise record was by Johnny Rizzo, which was 9 RBIs. And that was back on May 30th of 1939.
Wow. The 1900s.
Right. So we talking about
yet.
We talking like a 87 year, 84, 86, 80 something year old record.
Okay, Princess, 13 years old, tapped into the show. Big hearts. We appreciate you.
Yes, indeed.
You know what I mean? Hey, man, we appreciate this, man. Nate, man, I told you, man, I needed some positive energy. The positive energy is flowing, yo. You know? We having church, America's favorite game. We got some blessings in here, kid. This is why baseball's America's favorite game, yo.
Yep, man. It's always been the slogan.
Tyler Tolbert is on the edge of tying a very rare big league record for consecutive hits. Check swing. Lindor charges. He throws. He won't throw. Tyler Tolbert swinging a magic wand.
Why I got man?
Come on, you'll feel better about some of the later highlights. Trust me.
Yo, I swear, like my team always want to be a part of history, whether it's on the good side or the bad side. It's like, yo, we're gonna be legendary regardless, yo. We either gonna be famous or infamous. This is crazy. So, what record did homie break, yo?
Who you talking about? Not from the previous highlight, right?
Yeah, son who got on base, man. What was so special about that? Because they need to check son FanDuel because the way why he ain't throw the ball, yo.
And Devers has smashed another one. Where's this going to land? In the upper deck. Oh, my goodness. Rafael Devers.
He sent that to the upper room.
So so basically that record that you saw about the previous highlight with Tyler Tober was he tied the record with a hit in 12 consecutive plate appearances. So in 12 straight at bats, he had consecutive plate appearances. He had a hit. He recorded a hit.
Hey, and listen. Ultra B, gang. You can never kill the vibe, bro. Listen, if you're a football dude, when football roll around, our homie Unc, D Rigger, that's what we do a lot of politicking about football, yo. Like for real. You know what I mean? When football season come around, let us know who's your team. Who's your team? Because if you say the Cowboys, Unc appreciate you, but nobody else.
Yeah, he will.
I can't stop smiling. Thank you guys much. I'm going to leave out, but don't forget Jesus loves. Bye, guys. Yo, peace and fan, man. We appreciate you tapping in, yo.
Showing up.
Word. Love is love, Ultra B. Be safe out there. So my boy could have stopped him from getting that record. He just won. That's cold, man.
So what you trying to say? You think Lindor did that on purpose?
All I'm saying is I hope somebody's checking FanDuel. That's all I'm saying. You better check Facebook.
We are not implying anything about anybody on this show or about any player in the Major League Baseball. We feel like we know that every player is an upstanding athlete, and would not be indulging in any kind of fixing of stats or anything.
Listen, I'll do the disclaimer. Ladies and gentlemen, the words, views, and opinions expressed on this platform, whether it be the virtual Man Cave podcast, D Rigger Presents Moment with Unc, or the MLB Weekly Rundown with Nate the Great. All comments are those of the person speaking and speaking alone. They do not represent anybody else or the platform in totality in any way, shape, form, or fashion. And just to be clear, I'm just joking around. Don't take what I say seriously, man. Don't be checking people FanDuel. I don't even watch baseball like that, yo. I'm a casual fan. Let's just keep it 100. I get most of my baseball information from my boy Nate, and when I'm watching, you know what I mean? So, yeah. So here goes the next video. So don't check nobody. When I say check somebody's FanDuel or they need a drug test or something, I'm just being silly because they did something amazing.
And there's a shot high and deep to left, and that baby is gone. Home run on a 3-2 pitch. Caminero does it again.
Did that say 11 home runs in 11 games?
Yeah, Caminero has been hot, on fire. That Tampa Bay team as a whole has been on fire. From Caminero to Yandy Diaz, Jonathan Aranda, Chandler Simpson. That whole team has just been lights out, and that's why they lead the American League East.
Is he up for a contract this year?
And no, he's not up for a contract.
Oh, okay, because he playing like he need a bag.
He gonna get one regardless, you know.
Oh, I can see. But my boy is playing. Give me a few minutes, guys. I'm trying to upload. We have a few more. Okay. I like the Cowboys but more of a Dolphins fan. We respect that, Uncle appreciate that. That's why you got to tap in on Monday, yo. Ultra B, man. Tap in on Monday, yo. You know what I'm saying? We're going to let D Rigger know that you're a Cowboy fan and you're going to be his best friend, yo. All right, family. Peace and love, yo. Okay, Jillian, you like dogs because dogs and puppies is cute. Hey, I respect that. I'm a dog guy myself. If you our boy Art, you know what I'm saying? The Panamanian professor, basement workout. Yeah. He got a dog, I got a dog. We dog people over here. I don't know, Nate. Are you a dog person, man?
I don't mind them, but I don't own one. I think I became more of a dog person like when me and my brother was living together because he had dogs all the time. So, I began to, accept them more than I don't hate dogs at all. Just I ain't gonna lie, I'll tell a story. I was scared of them for a long time because a big dog when I came to visit down here in Texas a long time ago, a big dog jumped on me when I was a little kid. And that dog, and all I saw was them teeth. And I thought he was the most vicious person in the world. And I was scared of dogs for a long time. But I got over that as I got older, and I got no problem with dogs at all. I don't,
All right. Nate took flight. Nate saw that dog. Man, listen, I'm out. I got chased a few times by a couple of dogs in my lifetime and whatnot, but I'm still a dog person. I realized them dogs chased me because they were just really angry or they just thought we was going to have fun and I wasn't around. I didn't want to play with them because I didn't know if they was friendly, friendly signs, but I don't know if you friendly. All right, I'm going to put the next highlight up. Sorry if I'm having a few technical difficulties if my computer runs slow. I still haven't got it.
Cracks one in the air, left center field. Bomb! Bang! Grand slam!
Man. And that was to win the game right there?
No, that was the go-ahead grand slam home run by Teoscar Hernandez.
Oh.
The Dodgers would end up winning that game anyway.
Yeah, they cheated. Yeah, I just ain't a Dodgers fan. Once they left New York, you know what I'm saying?
But the way I look at it is it opened the door for the Mets. Because the Dodgers left in 56.
Oh, the Mets was coming regardless. I mean, the team's nickname is amazing. You can't keep nothing amazing down.
It would have been weird though having 5 baseball teams in one city.
It might have.
Because at least about 5. We already had the Giants. Back then they had the Giants, the Dodgers, the Yankees. So you'd have four baseball teams in one city.
I mean, and that's why I understand why the Giants left. See you later. And I mean, the Dodgers, they could have stayed, man. Brooklyn, they could have we could have had a team in the Bronx, Brooklyn, and Queens. It would have been kind of dope. Each borough with a team sign had been lit.
Yep. Then they just turned the stadium into some apartment condos. I mean, some apartments.
Yeah. Life would have been lit, yo. I mean, what's so disrespectful about a bat flip, Nate? I don't be understanding.
I don't think it really is disrespectful.
Neither
I mean,
do I. Hey.
what made this one funny was the fact that he used to play for the team last year that he hit it against.
Oh, so this was revenge.
You can say that. The second one was a little bit more disrespectful because of the fact that he held the bat for a little while, then he threw it, then he did the boss walk,
All All right, listen, Jillian, you got me confused. You got me confused unless you typed this wrong. I got a dog. His name is Mia. It's a girl. Talk to me now. You talking to somebody born in the 1900s? Come on. Mia the dog is just the color of black and white. Looks like an Oreo. So, see, if it looked like Oreo, you should have named the dog Oreo. You know? But hey, Mia, that's a beautiful name for your dog. I ain't gonna hate. All right, we got the next highlight coming up.
There's a fly ball, left center field. Mike Trout celebrating the anniversary of his major league debut with another home run.
So that was Mike Trout celebrating it from when he first debuted it, and it was actually his return back after being gone for 17 games due to a right hamstring strain.
Jeez, 17 games?
He did start as designated hitter for the game, and this goes back to a couple weeks back when I talked about Mike Trout before. He should remain at designated hitter. That's just my opinion. He's had one too many hamstring injuries over the last few years. I mean, yeah. So put him out in right field. I know he feel like he can still play in the outfield. You never want to tell a competitor that he can't do this, can't do that. But like, if you want a guy to be in your lineup, sometimes you got to say, hey, you know what? Maybe it's better for me, the team, if I'm a DH instead of playing out there in the outfield, where I have a bigger chance of straining, re-injuring myself in that same injury.
Pretty much. And has the team been playing pretty well since he's been out?
This year, no. They've been up and down. Last year, I think they played a lot. Last year, they played a lot better without him, personally. But unfortunately, he falls into that category like Giancarlo Stanton from the Yankees. He's got way too much money, and if you wanted to trade him, you should have traded him a couple years back. Now, nobody's trying to take on that big contract.
Okay. Wow. What his paycheck look like?
Oh, he in the 300+ mil.
Hey, man, listen. If I'm getting 300 mil, I just want to be a designated hitter. Let me just hit this bat run every once in a while and sit down. Y'all go ahead and play defense. I play offense. Man, I'm going to sit down here and I'm going to have a sunflower seed competition.
He said sunflower seed.
I'm going to be sitting up here talking about, let's see how far I can spit this sunflower seed, see if I can make it to the cup. I ain't got a bat for another 2 innings. Man, listen, I'm chilling on the sideline eating what's them little gummy bears and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Minding my business. Making TikTok videos. That's what I'll be doing. 300 M's to just be a designated hitter. I already pulled my hamstring. How old is Trout?
30. I want to say 36.
Lugo fielding, throwing on the run, and it gets on by Caglione. That'll bring in the game's first run as Ewing scores. Bichette to third, and all the way to second goes Benj. Now it's thrown to the backstop, and Bichette. He scores. Now the ball gets away again, and Benj will score.
Wow, hold on, Nate, that was amazing. You can't even front. You know what? I'm gonna be good. I'm not even gonna show that video again. But that was amazing.
That just reminded me of watching my nephew's game sometimes. Like I said, the kids are young, under 7 years old. They hit a little dribbler. The pitcher catches it, he throws it way over first base, almost into the crowd. My nephew or anybody in his team, whoever else is just running from first to second. They get the ball, throw it all the way over the second base head. He go to third, all the way over. Everybody gets a home run pretty much before the game's over.
Yo, gotta love it.
Nobody's catching nothing.
Yeah, everybody's a home run hitter and can't even get it past second base, yo.
Right.
Like, how many home runs you hit this season? Oh, I hit 30. None of them was out the park though. All in the park home run.
And the reality gonna kick in once they get older.
Well, hopefully they get better.
Yeah.
Hopefully they don't be 9 years old and still struggling.
Now he's played better. I seen he moved up to a different league during that time as well.
Oh, I ain't talking about your nephew. I'm talking about the other kids. I know your nephew gonna be good. He got you.
High and deep to left center. Kaz Okamoto has hit it out as Okamoto hits his 20th home run of the season, and the Blue Jays have a run.
What's his name?
Maybe even off. High and deep to left center. Kaz Okamoto has hit it out as Okamoto hits.
Okamoto. We got a dope name. All right, Okamoto. Keep my eye on him.
Full first name is Kazuma. But they call him Kaz for short.
Yeah, I like Okamoto. I don't know why. But Okamoto sounds kind of cool. Oh, man. This is another beautiful, beautiful highlight, Nate. I might play this one twice. I'm just letting you know.
Coming. And a high fly ball, deep right field, right down the line. God, if it stays fair, that ball is out of here. Juan Soto gives the Mets the lead with a 3-run home.
Deuce is here, kid. Juan Soto. Double deuce, baby. That's what we do. You see, I was good. I didn't play it twice.
I was waiting for it.
Nah. I'm just gonna go to the next highlight. I'm gonna keep it pushing. I thought about it though. Just keep that in mind, y'all. I really did.
I know you did.
I did.
Rosemary. Matt Olson absolutely demolishes his baseball to the second deck of the chop house.
We know that one not getting a replay.
Yeah. I don't even know why I even showed it. You're lucky I didn't realize. See,
Yeah,
I'm trying to be non-biased, Nate, but I be struggling.
I done gave you some highlights, so you can't be biased, man.
I can.
I balanced it out. I've given it an even level. Two low lights and 2 highlights.
But you know what you need to do? You need to do this when Unc shows up, because Unc be hating on my Mets all the time, And you always see, I notice Unc only shows up when there's a lot of Yankee highlights. I think you be telling him like, Unc, I'm gonna have a lot of Yankee highlights. Pull up, I'm gonna have a lot of bad Mets highlights. Yeah, come on, let's make fun of Jay,
You haven't seen a lot of Yankee highlights in weeks.
That's a lot.
And that's the only.
That's only because we ain't been on the show in weeks, Nate. Come on, man. Don't try to do that.
That's the only Yankee highlight you showed that you seen today that you played a couple videos ago. And I can give a spoiler. That's the only Yankee highlight in it.
Into left center field toward the gap. Here comes Sen on a dive and a tumble, and he hangs on. Outstanding play.
Just because you're from Boston.
Into the alley. He dives and snags it. 2 terrific plays by the Red Sox outfield in a matter of minutes. You don't appreciate.
It was a good catch. We ain't got to watch it several times. It was all right. Like, boy, man. He just jumped in the air and caught the ball. He did his job. That's what he's supposed to do, right?
Okay, we'll see how you feel about about all of the other videos too as well. Because right now we're about to get into some defense. For the highlights.
It was just because it was Boston. So, he just did his job. He just stuck his arm out, caught the ball. Good job. That's why you get paid what you get paid, bro. Can you make a catch like that and throw a double play? That's what I'm saying. I don't think so.
He's going. 1-2. Stott hits this one high and deep right center field. Still going back towards the wall. Oh, what a running catch by TJ Friedel as he slams into the wall.
Yo, he ate a face full of wall, yo. But you know what? Respect for keeping the ball in your glove, yo.
Man, there's one play. There was a play that happened about a week or so ago, maybe about 2 weeks ago, and from the A's. Man, that was a catch. The way he slammed up against the wall violently, that was a catch.
Now, is there a particular amount of padding that it's supposed to have just to ensure safety so people don't get hurt?
Yeah, I mean, you have to.
Because they just be running into the wall like crash test dummies.
Now it's about 3 inches.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Craig Counsell fired up.
Wow.
Dansby Swanson able to make the grab.
I need to see that.
Back up the middle. Oh, what a line. You
That's
gotta
crazy.
be kidding me. Craig.
Yeah. He must be up for a contract. This must be a contract deal. You only make plays like that if you under 30 and you're up for a contract. Is he in that play? He a normal starter or he a sub?
Nah, he's a normal starter.
Okay, because I was about to say you play like that when you come off the bench. You trying to get into the rotation.
And Jay, you don't. So you think if you over 30, you ain't making that play?
I mean, I'm not saying that you can't, but is limited. Well, how old is son?
32.
32. See, he's
Yep.
fresh over 30, so he still got that was his last time doing it. I bet you won't do it no more.
And he won't be a free agent until 2030.
Oh, okay, cool. So he's trying to get hurt so he can sit out. Yeah, I see what he's doing now. He trying to get hurt. I got you, my boy. He trying to be a designated hitter. Again, y'all, don't listen to me. It's just satire. I'm just being funny. All right. Next highlight.
Team's best was better. Alex Bregman takes the next pitch to deep left field, though. Taylor Ward crashing into the fence, comes up with the ball.
He ain't crashing to the fence.
Oh, wow.
Come on. It wasn't that. They hyped it up. I give it to him.
You gotta remember who the commentators are, the home team.
I know, that's why I said I give it to you. Right. Y'all hyped them up. That was that. Hype me up. Hype me up. Come on, man. I feel you. That catch was weak, though. It was regular. The Boston catch was. But again, like you said, it was the home team commentating. So, of course, you're gonna make it sound like he just stopped the grand slam and they won the pennant.
His career high in the pitch. Swing and a miss. He just matched his career high. 14 strikeouts through 7 innings for Zach Wheeler.
Wow. Okay. 14 strikeouts.
Yep.
But I better check the baseball, man. He got Vaseline on it.
He said Vaseline.
Yeah. Put a little something on it, give a little extra. For 14 strikeouts. And that was in one game. That's unreal.
Yeah, in a 9-inning game.
Lined out to left field, but reeled in on a diving grab by Green. What a play. Man, these Tigers can go get it.
You know what? We've seen already 3 fine defensive plays.
My boy had the eye of the Tiger. See, now That's a diving catch right there, yo. That's how you do it. That joint from Boston, he just stuck his arm out and just, got lucky.
Oh, he just like that man got lucky.
Yeah, he did his job and got lucky, yo. But that one right there, you saw the extension, the turn, the tuck and roll, the flight. Come on. Nate, you got to agree that one was better than Boston, right?
It was better.
Okay, that's all you had to say. Nope. Next highlight. That's all I need to hear. We ain't going
to. Ridiculous.
And the left-hander from the stretch. Here's the 0-2. Swing and a miss, struck him out, and that's a record for all time. 1,364 strikeouts.
Wow. 1,364 strikeouts. How long Son been playing in the league?
Chapman been in the league, I think, about 16 years now?
16. Okay.
About that amount of time.
Respect.
You realize time go by so fast in life, like you remember when he just started,
I don't, because I'm trying to compare him to like the legends that I grew up watching, and the first one I'm thinking about, Randy. Good old Randy, good old killer bird Randy.
Well, Randy's a starter. Chapman's a closer. Chapman only pitching 8th and 9th innings mostly.
Wait, hold up. He only pitching 8 and 9, 2 innings, and that's it.
He a closer.
So he get paid to get 6 outs and go home.
Pretty much. Sometimes 6, sometimes 3.
Man, listen. You know what? I respect that 1,000 even more. I was gonna say it's good, but I ain't know Son was a closer.
And at 38 years old, you can still throw 105.
He better chill. Just take it easy. All you gotta do is get 6 outs, sometimes 3. You ain't gotta throw 105 and throw your arm out.
He's been throwing that way since 2010.
Take it easy, man. Like, you gotta preserve yourself. Preserve the arm, man. This guy. Buggy, you say he's 35, right?
38.
38, even worse. He's close to 40. Cool out, bro. You know what happens when you turn 40 and you throw 105? You throw one of your ligaments with it, yo. A piece of your elbow goes with the ball, yo. You don't want that.
In comes Geloff. Out goes Alika. It's bobbled by Alika and caught by Geloff.
I got it. You know what? I don't got it. You got it.
That was like a college team right there, yo.
Is it the hats?
Yeah.
Those are the 4th of July themed hats. And that's because they're still playing in the minor league field.
That's why you should have left them in Oakland.
Next year.
Next year, what? They'll have their stadium back. They'll be back in Oakland?
Nah, they'll be in Vegas by next. They should be in Vegas by next year.
I don't want to hear it, man. All I'm just saying, how can I say this in a nice way? I hope all the players have successful careers, like they do well personally, like they do so good that they get a big pay, that they get paid while they're over there in Vegas, but then they do so well that they get traded to another team and get paid even better, and then they go win a pennant with another team, Mets. But they don't have to be to the Mets, but I hope they go somewhere else. But I hope that organization just doesn't do well, okay, as a whole. I want the players to shine, and individually, you guys look good so you can get traded and go other places and get a bigger bag and, contribute to whatever team that you go to and have a phenomenal career. But y'all did Oakland dirty. You took their football team, then you took their, they baseball team.
To the basketball team first. into the baseball team.
I was okay with the basketball team leaving. I was a little sad about it, but they still had the two other teams. Like y'all did Oakland real dirty. I've never been to the Bay Area. I don't think I know anybody from Oakland.
Well, the only good thing is well, with the basketball team, the only thing that's not as bad is they didn't take them far. They went right across, they just went across the bridge to San Francisco.
Chill, that's too far, San Francisco. Chill.
So that's like that's like a 30-something minute drive, 40-minute drive at best.
But think about it. Imagine I used to be able to walk. I had my routine, go to the game, life was good. Now I gotta go through traffic, drive 30, 45 minutes to go to the game. Man, I don't want to do that. Imagine being a parent, you was able to take your child to the basketball game on a school night, but now you can't. Because now they're over there across the water. You gotta go across the bridge. They did Oakland dirty, man. Shout out to the Bay Area though. Y'all tough though, man.
Yeah, but you can also take the Metro, the BART. I know that personally because I took the BART when I went out to the Bay Area years back, and I didn't rent no car.
Do you got to go past Fruitville Station?
Yeah,
I ain't taking the BART.
If you going into Oakland,
I ain't taking the BART.
I stayed in San Francisco.
I seen the movie.
I didn't have to go to Oakland. I stayed in San Francisco.
But I'm just saying though.
I didn't need to go to Hayward or none of that stuff up that way. I didn't have to go there.
All I'm just saying, shout out to the people in the Bay, man. They did y'all dirty, man. And just know my heart bleeds for y'all. For real, for real. Like this is not even being funny or me being joking around or whatever. I truly feel like that's foul. Like that just dirty, yo. They did that whole community dirty, man. Yeah, I mean, if you go back to a couple of shows ago, I did a rant. I'm just gonna go on because I could just keep running my mouth about this rant. But we're gonna show the next highlight.
On the ground and a great stab by Schmidt. He touched the base.
We opened that one.
Somehow through to first.
You might open that one first.
Yep.
That's one of the greatest.
So, if that was. Yep, so that was all the highlights right there, Nate. We are up to the news right now, my good man.
Yes, indeed. So, starting with our new. Just a quick highlight as far as it, like said from the highlights. I appreciate Jay as always for playing the videos. Shohei Ohtani hit his 300th home run. The New York Yankees during that time were on a 7-game losing streak. They're still kind of fumbling now. As you look at it, they've only won 2 of their last 10 games, so they're pretty much stumbling into the All-Star break. They did win tonight against the Tampa Bay Rays. They start another game tomorrow, starting against the Washington Nationals for the weekend in DC. And again, like I said, Mike Trout hit his home run. So those are some great highlights. We're now going to move on to the news. And now starting with the news, we're going to start first with the local transactions that have recently happened. Jay, where you at? Oh, well, I can just read them off. So Bryce Harper has decided to enter the home run derby. This will be Bryce Harper's 3rd home run derby. Of course, he won the last one back in 2018 when he was a member of the Washington Nationals in Washington, D.C., and he decided to play since the home run derby is in Citizens Bank Park in Philadelphia. He will be representing his home team of the Philadelphia Phillies. Moving on, Byron Buxton of the Minnesota Twins will be going on the injured list, and he will actually miss the All-Star game for this year. Now here's a look at our All-Stars for the upcoming All-Star game in Philadelphia, which will be on Tuesday. Starting off with the American League, we're going to go with the American League starters. And then that started, I said Byron Buxton will be replaced. I don't think they made a decision yet who's going to replace him, but you have Mike Trout as well, who was also selected. You have Aaron Judge the Los Angeles Angels. You have Aaron Judge of the New York Yankees. You have Vladimir Guerrero, who was selected, but Vladimir Guerrero will be sitting out due to rest his body. So Wilson Contreras of the Boston Red Sox will replace him. At second base, we have Ernie Clement of the Toronto Blue Jays. At shortstop, we have Bobby Witt Jr. At third, we have Junior Caminero, who we saw earlier in the highlights. At catcher will be the Athletics' Shea Langeliers. And rounding out as designated hitter will be Houston Astros slugger Yordan Alvarez. Moving on to the American League All-Star Reserves, here are your All-Star Reserves that you will see during the game as well. At catcher, you have from the representing Detroit Tigers, you have Dylan Dingler. For the Baltimore Orioles, Adley Rutschman. For the Cleveland Guardians, oh my goodness, Travis Bazzana. For the Athletics, you have Nick Kurtz. You have also for the Detroit Tigers, Kevin McCongill and Riley Green. For the New York Yankees, you have Ben Rice and Cody Bellinger. For the Tampa Bay Rays, you have Yandy Diaz, Miguel Vargas of the Chicago White Sox, and Randy Rosarina of the Seattle Mariners. So that is your American League All-Star team. Moving on next to the National League, as you'll see here, you have that was selected. In the outfield, first you have Brandon Marsh of the Philadelphia Phillies, Andy Pages of the Los Angeles Dodgers, Juan Soto of the New York Mets, Ozzie Albies of the in the infield, Ozzie Albies at second base for the Atlanta Braves, Freddie Freeman of the Los Angeles Dodgers, along with at first base, along with his teammate Max Muncy at third base, Drake Baldwin, also the Atlanta Braves at catcher, and C.J. Abrams as your shortstop from the Washington Nationals. And as designated hitter will be Shohei Ohtani, starting as your designated hitter. Now, as far as your All-Star reserves, we have William Contreras of the Milwaukee Brewers, Hunter Goodman of the Colorado Rockies. You have Luis Arias of the San Francisco Giants. For the Philadelphia Phillies, they also have Bryce Harper and Kyle Schwarber. Otto Lopez of the Miami Marlins. Matt Olson of the Atlanta Braves, Sal Stewart of the Cincinnati Reds, Corbin Carroll of the Arizona Diamondbacks, Pete Crow Armstrong of the Chicago Cubs. I'm all over the place tonight. Jordan Walker of the St. Louis Cardinals, and James Wood of the Washington Nationals. Now, just to make a couple quick notes, I'm going to name some first-time MLB All-Stars. I mentioned most of them on here. You see Travis Bazzana, Miguel Vargas, Cam Schlitter of the New York Yankees as well. Chase Burns of the Cincinnati Reds, Johan Duran of the Pittsburgh Pirates, Raciel Iglesias, the closer for the Atlanta Braves, Max Meyer of the Miami Marlins, Eduardo Rodriguez of the Arizona Diamondbacks. We also have Jacob Latz of the Texas Rangers, Brian Baker of the Tampa Bay Rays, Lewis Brawlin of the Toronto Blue Jays, Cade Smith of the Cleveland Guardians as well, and Parker Messiak of the Cleveland Guardians, and Dylan Cease of the Toronto Blue Jays, who will also be first-time All-Stars. Dylan Cease, just a quick note, pitched a phenomenal game last night. He went his team they allowed him to go all the way into the ninth inning when he threw a no-hitter. He finally lost his no-hitter in the ninth inning against the San Francisco Giants. So those are your All-Stars. Now moving on to the Home Run Derby. So far, we have 6 of the 8 contestants for the Home Run Derby. You have representing for the Tampa Bay Rays, Junior Caminero. Representing the New York Yankees, Ben Rice. Representing the Kansas City Royals, Jacques Caglione. Representing the Boston Red Sox, Wilson Contreras. For the St. Louis Cardinals, representing will be Jordan Walker. And, of course, as mentioned before, Bryce Harper of the Philadelphia Phillies. Now, the last 2 will probably be decided over the next few days. And will determine who will be the next, who will decide who will be in that home contest now. As far as
who do you think is going to win out of these people right here? Who will be your best pick?
Out of that list, if I had to choose between this list alone, I like Jose Caminero. Ben Rice has been playing well for the Yankees, but I like Jose Caminero out of that group. Now, since they still have 2 more slots to fill, I don't know if Kyle Schwarber will join or Yordan Alvarez. I would love to see both of those guys fill those last 2 spots. other options that I think would fit well for the home run derby would be James Wood from Washington for the Nationals, or Hunter Goodman of the Colorado Rockies.
Yeah, I think
And
Juan
also,
Soto would be a good look just so he can win.
I'm wondering if he's going to want to, or Soto going to want to rest himself. Because a lot of guys want to just rest themselves during that time because they've been in it before. Because Soto has been in the home run derby before,
and he's just getting back. So this is the weekend just for you to chill.
Yeah, I don't see Pete Alonso joining this year. He's done it so many years. I think Kaz Okamoto could be a good selection from the Toronto Blue Jays.
Okay. Well, we shall see.
Yeah, we shall see. Moving on, Justin Verlander has finally decided to retire at the end of this season. Verlander first joined the Major League with the Detroit Tigers July 4th of 2005. He was born in Monacan, Sabot, Virginia. He's born February 20 of 1983. His most extensive time has been with the Detroit Tigers. He played his first 12 years with the Tigers. Then he played 3 years with the Astros from 2017 to 2020, and then joined them back again. He was off for a year in 2021. Then in 2022 he played. We won a championship with the Houston Astros. He also won a championship with them in 2017 as well. Then he played with the Mets in 2023, and then he went back and was traded back from the Mets to the Houston Astros. Then he went to the Giants and played last year, and now he's back with the Tigers to finish out his career. I'm not even going to mention about his run with the Mets. That's another story for another day. But he's a 10-time All-Star, American League MVP, 2-time World Champion, 3-time Cy Young. He's won the Triple Crown. He's been a 2-time All-First Base Team, ALCS MVP, Comeback Player of the Year in 2022, 4 times AL Wins Leader, a 2-time AL ERA leader, and a 5-time AL strikeout leader. And he's pitched 3 no-hitters in his career: 2007, 2011, and 2019. And he has the most career postseason strikeouts with 244.
Okay. So I wonder if Detroit knew that he was about to retire. He was going to play for a couple more years, and they was like, "Yeah, come on, bro. You started with us. You could finish with us, yo."
Yeah, I think some teams will do that. I mean, his win-loss record is 266 wins, 159 losses, with a career ERA of 3.33, and he has 3,554 strikeouts.
Wow. Okay.
So I think he definitely makes a case for Hall of Fame ballot at some point in his career. So I think he'll get in. First ballot, I don't know. It all depends on who's in that class with him, but he's definitely a Hall of Famer.
All right.
And then moving on, Dave Roberts, another feat of the Los Angeles Dodgers, won his 1,000th win back on July 1st against the San Diego Padres. Dave Roberts is total wins is 1,005 wins total now, and with 609 losses. He is 65th on the all-time managers win list. First on the list is Connie Mack, who has the most wins all time with 3,731. The next after that is Tony La Russa with 2,880. And the weird thing about it is you have to go at least you're outside of the top 10 for the next manager that's actually still managing. That's next on the list, and that's Terry Francona with 2,030. And at Terry Francona's age, I'm not sure if he's going to play long enough to reach that record. So I don't know who will ever break that record. Because that record has stood since 1950.
That's crazy. Either he was really good, or he had like a really good team, and every other team was trash. Or
that's your reasoning for it?
I mean, or Or somebody lying on the stats, yo. Because you said they got stats since what? 1852 on baseball?
Yeah, and his first win started in 1894.
1894. They didn't even have pens and pencils back then, bro.
Yes, they did, man.
I don't believe it, son. They were juking the stat, man. History is his story. They lying, B. They lying. Nah,
No.
listen. I'm not taking away nothing from people who can do what I can. All right. So I'm just being funny. They earn those records, they earned their stats. Again, it's just a tie. Shout out to them legends. No, I'm not talking about you, Dave Roberts, because I know you got 1,000. You look like you're about 1,000 years old.
He's 65th on the list. I don't think he ain't catching up to that. He ain't no matter how good this Dodger team is, you ain't catching up to that record. Next up, Muntaka Murakami. Huh?
He can make it at least top 60.
Yeah, he'll pass that. Because he's 65th right now, so he'll be somewhere in the 50s. I think when his career is over, the 50s, late 40s probably.
Okay.
And moving on for the Chicago White Sox phenom Muntaka Murakami will be returning tomorrow. Excuse me. Oh man. He'll be returning from the I. Thank you. He'll be returning from the IL. He was on the 10. He was on the 10-day for a grade 2 right hamstring. So he'll be returning Friday. White Sox are gonna love to have his bat back in the lineup.
How you say his name?
Muntaka Murakami.
Wow. Okay. I know
And
that's
speaking of one of the All-Stars, Wilson Contreras and Cade Cavalli, both were involved in a little bit of a skirmish brawl between the Washington Nationals and the Boston Red Sox about a week or so ago, 2 weeks ago, and it happened on. They served their suspensions starting today, July 9th. So they both were suspended for 7 games, but both were reduced to 5 games. Also, Miles McCollus and Nate Eaton, as well, were also suspended as well. Each all serving 5-game suspensions. They'll be eligible on July 12th to be able to play again. I got a little bit more on that story, huh?
So if you get suspended, right?
Right.
You still participate in All-Star Weekend?
Yeah, you should be able to, but because it's mainly for the games. I've never seen where it necessarily affects the All-Star game. I haven't seen anybody suspended before the All-Star game.
No, I'm just curious. Because I'd be like, listen, you suspended, you just sitting out, you missing out on All-Star Weekend. Ain't nobody gonna be buying your jersey.
Well, their suspensions end by Sunday, so which is the 12th.
Okay.
And the All-Star game is not till Tuesday.
But yeah, that's why they lowered it from 7 games to 5. They smart.
There's another thing I gotta bring up about it afterwards. But real quick, we're gonna go. Even though it's not July 1st, we're gonna give a shout out to one of the greatest days in baseball every summer. Happy Bobby Bonilla Day, as always. Crazy. Bobby Bonilla will get $1.19 million. He received his $1.19 million from the New York Mets, as he does every July 1st.
That is crazy.
And remember, Bobby Bonilla will continue to get this contract until 2035. And
yo, that is crazy.
My opinion, I know we sometimes the people that you never hear about that did it maybe before, but I believe he really set the standard for that to now. A lot of guys now have deferred their contracts to get them paid out further out. One, it helps the team out to be able to sign players because you don't have to pay a bunch of players at the same time the full bulk of their money. But Bobby Bo had one of the greatest agents at the time who had that contract. So the Mets, because they sent them home and they didn't want him back. They were moving on from Bobby Bonilla. But he played shout out to Dennis Gilbert, his agent, who helped negotiate that contract.
Yeah, because I want to know how much Dennis get paid every the 1st of July.
I don't know. That might be undisclosed.
Yeah, Dennis get a piece of that 1.19 mil. Okay. Dennis ain't go out like that. He wanted his paycheck deferred too. But shout out to Bobby though.
I mean, that's one of those where you look at the Mets and you just scratch your head. But and back then the contract was 5 years, $29 million. And also going back to the situation with Kate Cavalli and William Contreras. Cavalli made an apology where he, as he's a pitcher for the Washington Nationals, he stated that it hurt his heart. And quote, "It hurt my heart knowing that if there's a 13-year-old black kid in DC that sees that looked up to me and thinks that he perceived it in a way that wasn't intended the way it came out, and then he's not looking up to me anymore. That hurts my heart."
Wait, who said that?
That's what Kate Cavalli from the Nationals said. Yeah.
Do you believe him, Nate?
I don't know. I think you realize we play. So what Cavalli? So to give the backstory, what Cavalli said to Wilson Contreras when they got into the little argument was, he said, "Sit down, boy." And so Wilson Contreras took that to offense,
as he should.
And you have to look, and I know for Kate Cavalli, I'm not saying he's not a genius. I don't know him personally. I don't know from anywhere besides with him in the games. He may have been, he may be damage control. We'll never know. So, and unless shown otherwise, you got to give him the benefit of the doubt that he was sincere in his apology. He realized that he also plays for a city, that is, in Washington D.C. that is very dominated by a black community. So. Yep. As you see how he specified exactly who he was referring to, and hoping that he didn't damage their impression of him, or what they thought about him.
I don't know. You just exposed your true colors. And it's okay. Feel how you feel. Yep. Feel how you feel. You have every right to feel that way, but. Now we know, bro.
Moving on, last bit of news. Just quick note. In the next CBA collective bargaining agreement between the players' union and the owners, the league is proposing a max contract length of 5 years for free agent players switching teams, 6 years to retain their own players with no deferred contracts, and qualifying offer is gone too as well. Also, 5 years to free agency for players 30 or older. So basically what they're saying is, if you're a player that's over 30 years old in free agency, the most you'll be able to get is a 5-year contract. That's what they're saying for one. We just talked about this with Bobby Bonilla, where they said the max contract length of 5 years for free agent players switching teams, and that's 6 years to retain their own players. If a player is going to stay with the same team, you can give them a 6-year contract at max. If a player is going from one team to another, so example, Juan Soto leaving from when he left, if this was last year or the year before, then Juan Soto would leave from the Yankees to go to the Mets, he can only do 5 years. And no deferred contracts, which basically goes back to the Bobby Bonilla thing. So ain't none of that, okay, I'm gonna pay you $500, $600 million, but you only gonna take $1 million at the beginning of your contract, you're only going to take $1 million a year or $2 or $5 million a year. But then later on down the line, I got to pay you out every year 40, 50, $70 million. So we'll see where the players in the union, they got time. The season's going to go by. They're not going to have a stoppage this season. So we know that's not the case. But you got a whole winter meetings and everything to do to figure it out. Yeah, as I said before, in the past, just Major League Baseball, get it done. You can't afford another strike.
Oh, if they have another strike, I don't think they can recover.
Right, because if it wasn't for the home run race between McGuire and Sosa, and then Bonds came in there, that's what helped you recover then, and that was unfortunately also during the steroid era. So now that you've kept that out of the game, you have to really sit back and think. We have to come up to a compromise. Even if you compromise, instead of coming up with a 10-year deal or 15-year deal, maybe come up with a 7.5-year deal or 8-year deal for now, and then we come back and revisit the table in 6 years, so just to make sure that you know that, hey, we're gonna have a season every year.
My thing is, why do you want to take money off the table from the players, yo? Like, why the old heads can't get paid and defer their contract? Like, I'm over 35, so now I'm over 30, 35. I'm washed up. I'm going to get a 5-year contract, yo. Like, come on, man.
See, these owners, and I think this go with every sport, you made it where you pay these guys all this money. Now these guys don't want to. They're not going to make it. Everybody wants to get paid more. Nobody wants to say, "Oh, hey, I want to get paid less," And then you got now, because now with these, in baseball again started this whole, before basketball and football started getting their guaranteed contracts the way they're getting them now. Baseball been doing it. So now you got guys who are they're still good baseball players because they made it to the league, but they might not be elite, but they're decent players who are getting big contracts now. It's going to be hard to convince these players. You're going to have to add maybe some other kind of incentive for the players to actually maybe, what do you want to say, be willing to even compromise with lowering their offer going forward. These owners, though, you spend all this money on these big stadiums, these billion-dollar stadiums and everything. You got players, but baseball, you make the money because you make the money, especially on ticket sales yearly, 181 games out of the year. I mean, and this is for each team. Every team plays 81 home games. 81 games at home, 81 games on the road. So you count the home games, you're making the money off of that. Some stadiums make even more with parking. You got the revenue. If you're a good team, you got the people watching the games. And baseball is not just in the United States. It is a global thing going on. You got the camps and everything you got over at Dominican Republic. So just make it happen. Look at last year, the World Series. While yes, you might have had more Dodger fans. You had it where you had Dodger fans. Then you had going up against a whole country in Toronto. But then you have people here who were rooting for Toronto because the Dodgers have become the villains. You had a whole dynamic. You had the 7-game series. You had the 1-game, game 5 that went 15 or 18 innings, 17 innings, I think it was. You know what I'm saying? Like, you had it, and it was one of the most exciting World Series in the last few years.
And let's not front. Like, we didn't have the international juggernaut in the World Series last year, known as Godzilla. You know what I'm saying? My man Shohei Ohtani. So all his countrymen and countrywomen and brethren and sister them was watching the World Series as well to see what they homie was going to do because he was repping for them, yo.
I didn't even get into that part.
Stop playing baseball. I know, Nate. Because you had the whole baseball dynamic, but I had international. We crossed the water, baby.
Then the World Cup, which was before the season started as well, and the World Cup was popular. Even with USA being knocked out of it, not winning, it was still one of the most exciting World Cups. You had Venezuela against Dominican Republic. Dominican Republic versus Puerto Rico. You had all these games in between it that were great. Mexico versus Italy. People looked at it. A lot of people looked at it, didn't even realize Italy had some good players that actually represented from. They're like, wow, and they opened their eyes to Italy. So again, Major League Baseball. I ain't gonna reiterate and get to a rant to it because we've said it more times. Get it done. Players, but the players union and the owners, get it done. Moving on. First,
I agree.
we're gonna go with the standings. So here's the current standings for Major League Baseball. We have the American League East right now leading with a 4-game lead. The Tampa Bay Rays are at the top of the East at 54-37, followed by the Yankees at 51-42, 4 games out. The Toronto Blue Jays and the Boston Red Sox are 11 games out at third and fourth place, followed by last place Baltimore Orioles, who are 12 and a half games out. To note, though, the Boston Red Sox have won 6 games in a row. In the Central Division, the surprising Chicago White Sox, the young, exciting White Sox, are still leading. Even though they had a three-game losing streak, they are still holding on to first place. They're tied for first with the Cleveland Guardians right now, as they're 48-46. Chicago's 47-45, so they have the same winning percentage. The reason that they're tied for first, in case someone don't know, while Cleveland has more wins than Chicago, they also have more losses than Chicago, which balances it out. So that's why there's a tie for first. Follow that up with 46-48 at third place is Minnesota Twins, as they're 2 games out. The Detroit Tigers are 4.5 games out. Improving over the last couple weeks. They're on a 5-game winning streak. And the Kansas City Royals are in last at 38-56. They're 10 games out. Moving on to the West, the Texas Rangers have been holding on tightly to the American League West. They're a half game up on their division rival Seattle Mariners, who are 47-47. Texas is playing the Angels this weekend. Houston Astros are third place at 46-49. And then you have the Athletics is 6 games out at 41-52. And the Los Angeles Angels, who are 20 games under 500, they're 10.5 out.
All right, Nate, I got this one.
I know.
All right.
I was going to ask you, did you want to do it?
Now moving on to the National League East. All right, we have the Atlanta Braves in top of the division with a record of 54-38. Up next, we have the Philadelphia Phillies with a record of 52-42, followed by the Miami Marlins, who have the same exact record of 52-42. Followed up next behind them is with the Washington Nationals with a record of 48-46. And unfortunately, at the bottom of the barrel of the National League East, we have the Mets with a 40-54 record. Okay, Nate, you get up with the Central. I just had to get it fast. You got to get it.
And just to note, the Miami Marlins are on a 6-game winning streak and have one of the best records over the last 2 months.
We don't care about them in that division. I hate every team in that division. I just want to let you know.
It seemed more like you hate Boston, but yet Boston don't play in your division.
Listen, I don't like Boston because it's Boston. Like, the only thing good about Boston is baked beans, yo.
Moving on. The National League Central Division, we have the Milwaukee Brewers still leading with a 7-game lead at 59-34. They're 7 games over the Chicago White Sox, Chicago Cubs, who are second at 52-41. The St. Louis Cardinals are third place, 10.5 games out at 48-44. The Pittsburgh Pirates are at 500 at 47 wins and 47 losses, 12.5 out. And the Cincinnati Reds have slacked off. They are 16.5 out. They've lost 3. They've lost 7 of their last 10. As one time before, if you remember on the show, the National League Central was the only division where every team over 500. Now that is not the case anymore. In the National League West, to round it out, the defending champion Los Angeles Dodgers are 61-33. They have a significant lead over the rest of the division. Excuse me, as the San Diego Padres are at 500. They're 14 games out, followed by the Arizona Diamondbacks, who are 15 games out. Arizona and the Padres are actually playing each other right now in the bottom of the 8th inning with the Diamondbacks up 3-1. The San Francisco Giants are 22.5 out as they play the Colorado Rockies, as they are actually playing the last place team, which is the Colorado Rockies, who are 23 games out. So that is your MLB standings. Moving on, we're going to show you, since we're at the All-Star break, I'm going to give you a few stats of leaders going into the All-Star break. For your batting average leaders, you have Otto Lopez of the Miami Marlins leading with a 345 batting average. Rounding up the rest of that top 5 is Yarnier Diaz for the Tampa Bay Rays, Luis Reyes from the San Francisco Giants, Nick Gonzalez of the Pittsburgh Pirates, and Yordan Alvarez of the Houston Astros. Your home run leaders are Kyle Schwarber with 32, followed by Yordan Alvarez with 20, the Philadelphia Phillies, followed by Yordan Alvarez with 29, Ben Rice of the New York Yankees third, Hunter Goodman and Jose Caminero both the Colorado Rockies and Tampa Bay with 27. Your RBI leaders is Jordan Walker of the St. Louis Cardinals, followed by Luis Garcia Jr. of the Washington Nationals. Walker had 73 RBIs, Garcia 68, followed by Yordan Alvarez, C.J. Abrams, also of the Washington Nationals, and Andrew Burleson of the St. Louis Cardinals. For your pitchers, for wins, you have Aaron Ashby of the Milwaukee Brewers leading with 12, Chase Burns of the Cincinnati Reds with 11, Sandy Alcantara of the Miami Marlins at third with 10. Then you have Christopher Sanchez of the Philadelphia Phillies and with 10, and Gabby Williams of the Cleveland Guardians with 10. And let me see. For most saves, you have Cade Smith for the Cleveland Guardians leading with 27. Byron Breaker, the Tampa Bay Rays, second. Johan Duran of the Philadelphia Phillies, third. Mason Miller of the San Diego Padres, fourth. And Ryan O'Brien of the St. Louis Cardinals is fifth. And that's Riley O'Brien. Sorry, not Ryan. And last year's strikeout leader is Jason Mizorowski of the Milwaukee Brewers, 167 strikeouts. Dylan Cease of the Toronto Blue Jays is second with 148, followed by Christopher Sanchez of the Phillies. Jose Luzardo of the Philadelphia Phillies is fourth, and Gabby Williams of the Cleveland Guardians is fifth. So those are your current stats for the going into the halfway point of the league. Next up is Jay's favorite moment, the AUSL Women's League.
Shout out to the ladies, kid.
And we're going to have some quick highlights along with stats. And Jay, go ahead. My bad.
Yeah, I'm just saying girl dad. So, let's go, ladies. That's all.
But love to see it. Listen, I'm all about the swag, and that is what you're seeing from Carly Hoover. Good National Day of something. Eric Rue will let you know with all the nuggets. And
hard to advance runners in this game, and a swing and a miss as Kennedy goes down. And Hoover getting nasty here. There's 2 outs.
Take notes for both these two teams and momentum.
He was putting a little heat. That's that heat right there.
Get a little heat on it.
Yeah, that's that little heat. You know what I'm saying? They throw it underneath. Heat. That's all I don't know. In my mind, that's what it sounds like when they throw it.
And that's Carly Hoover, by the way, for those who may be asking.
Shout out to Carly because she was putting the heat on that. All right, what's up?
You'll be seeing replays of that all night.
Oh,
it was 85.
Oh, same team.
Top spin lob out to left. Sacco Ferry. What a catch!
That's
a diving play. You'll be seeing replays of that all night.
It was 85.
Look.
Top spin lob out to left. Sacco Ferry. What a catch!
Way better than the one in Boston.
So that's Sierra Seiko Ferry of who is Carly's teammate for the Carolina Blaze.
See, same team. They're amazing.
Doing their thing out there in Durham.
Oh, they out there in Durham. They're not too far from me. I need to go check them, yo. Oh, I'm about to go check a game. They nice. Shorty got the hee. I'm like, yo, go Carly. Hee. Hit him with the hee. Then what was the other homegirl name? What was the other shorty name?
Sierra Seiko Fear.
Fly, Sierra, fly. That's what you're going to hear. Oh, come on. You saw that, right? She had that golden on. Oh, yeah. I'm about to go out there and just support the team. Like, hit him with the hee. All right, up next, what we got right here?
Deep left field by Gold. That's off the wall. Takes a funny carom off the fence. Brito's able to score. Gold's going to keep on going. They're going to try and send her home. She makes it all the way around. Out of Gold with an inside the park home run. 3-2 Portland now. What a bounce she got off the wall, and she never broke stride.
Go out there for the second time. And
In a deep left field by Gold. That's off the wall. Takes a funny carom off the fence. Burrito's able to score. Gold's going to keep on going. They're going to try and send her home.
Yo, nothing but respect, yo. In the park home run. Shoot. I got tired just from looking at her run. I stopped at third, like, nah, coach, I'm good. I like a triple. Triple is good.
All right, Jay, I got you covered. I'm about to send you the schedule for Carolina. See if you might make a game before the season ends.
Bet. Let me know, man. Hook me up. I gotta go check them out.
And this is a moment we have all been waiting for. Paige Sinicki, dealing with stage 2 breast cancer. She is back on the team's roster. She is in the field, and an incredible moment here. This is the best thing you're going to see on television today. I think it's one of the best things you're going to see in sports all year, honestly, and I'm not one who uses hyperbole all that much, but really inspirational and really powerful stuff as she takes the field.
oh man, I mean, definitely one of those moments that hit you a little bit deeper in the game. It's bigger than the game, and she is back, baby. She is out there. She has gone through treatment. She is cleared. She is coming out on the other side of this thing.
And this is a moment we have all been waiting for. Paige Sinicki.
So she beat cancer.
She was diagnosed with stage 2 8 months ago, and she's only 22. She's only 22 years old, and she followed up with 8 rounds of chemotherapy, surgery, and radiation.
Let's go. Yo, congratulations. Shout out to you. And I'm glad that you still able to get out there and play the game that you love, yo. Like, that's what's up. That's what's up.
That's wonderful and great story. You know, just the fact that she's been out there battling, you know.
Yeah, man. Unfortunately, cancer is what took my father out. So, you know, I love to hear survivor stories when people beat cancer and whoop cancer's ass. You know what I'm saying? Anybody out there who might be fighting, fight, whoop cancer's ass, all right? You stronger than that shit. Fuck that shit up, bro. Sis, respectfully, for those people who may not be cursed and be religious. Sorry. But yeah, just go ahead and whoop cancer's ass, yo. For real. Shout out to you, Paige Sinicki, and I'm glad that you out there still playing and doing what you love to do, yo. Oh,
let me see what you think about this last video, Jay.
Oh, she looked like, just from the wind up, she looked like she ready. She looked like man, hold up. This is about to be a good highlight, y'all. Hold on. She looked like she ready. You see that pitch on the mound? She ready.
Lassiter into short right field. And it is caught. Jessica Clements saving the day. Coming in to make the catch.
Oh, nice.
And the Texas Bolt's going to challenge
Texas
it.
is challenging the catch call for out in the game. Plays under review.
Oh, man.
Wow, huge call to say the least. Did see quite a bit of yellow from the ball in the glove of Clements.
All right, hit the floor. Pop back up. In her head.
Ball's in her glove, clean there. Does it stay in her glove? There's a bobble. I think that hit the grass.
Yeah.
In her glove there, and it pops out.
Pops out the glove.
Does it hit her arm or does it hit the turf? Oh my goodness.
Wow. Lassiter.
Oh, Nate, that's tough, Nate. Off of just first glance, it looked like it was out. Texas challenged it. I'm watching it. They only showed us one angle of the replay. You know they got other angles. I would rule that a no catch, yo. No catch. What was the rule that ended up? Do you know what the rule was that on the play?
it was ruled as a catch. They didn't overturn it. It wasn't enough to overturn it. What I thought from what I saw was it was in a glove. It popped out. It looked like it hit a visor, and it looked like it hit her arm. It hit the arm, not the grass. It hit her arm. That's what it looked like. And then she was able to gather it in. It didn't look like it hit the grass to me, but remember that ball is the same color as the grass too. It's a lighter color. It looked yellow, and it looked like it'd be yellow, but it looked like a lime too, like it blended with the green a little bit.
I don't know. I'm saying that's a no catch, yo. It's too close for comfort. No catch. Coach, fight me in the parking lot later if you feel some type of way, yo. Again, this is just jokes. We don't condone any type of violence over here, yo. It's just comedy. All right. So I don't want nobody looking for me. And just like I'm just playing around about Boston. I ain't got no beef with Boston, yo. I've been to the Basketball Hall of Fame 1,000 times, yo. Come on now.
Yeah, so Jessica Clemens' catch was a game-saving catch. I'm going to give some quick highlights, stats for the AUSL. First, we're going to start with the most hits. As of July the 8th, leading currently now with Chicago Bandits, Sammy Williams with 24. Rounding out is Jalen Alchin from the Utah Talons, Sidney Romero of the Oklahoma City Spark, Riley Boone of the Texas Volts at 4th, and Maya Brady of the Oklahoma City Spark 5th. Most home runs. Once again, Sammy Williams doing her thing out there with Chicago. She's tied for first place at 7 with Megan Grant of the Portland Cascade. Following that up with each with 6. Rounding out the 5 is Delani Wise and Maya Brady of the Oklahoma City Spark and Reese Atwood of the Carolina Blaze. Moving on to most strikeouts, you have Montana Fouts of the Utah Talons with 42 strikeouts. Following right up behind her is Colin Pickens of the Carolina Blaze with 2nd. And then rounding out is Rachel Garcia at 3rd of the Texas Volts. Kinsey Brown of the Portland Cascade, 4th. And 5th is Maya Johnson of the Oklahoma City Spark. And last is the best ERA as going through July 8th is Lexi Kilfoyle with a .60 ERA for the Chicago Bandits. 2nd is Georgina Korick at .088 of the Utah Talents, with her teammate Montana Fouts right behind her in 3rd place. Lindsey Grine of which is actually a reserve player is 4th, and then Colin Pickens of the Carolina Blaze rounds out the 5th. So those are your current stats through July 8th for the AUSL. And for upcoming games this weekend, we've got the Carolina Blaze visiting the Texas Volts out in Round Rock, Texas this weekend. You want to catch that tomorrow. And you have the Chicago Bandits against the Portland Cascades out there in Hillsboro, Oregon. Then on Saturday, you have and this is still the games that's going to go on all through the weekend. You have the Utah Talons going to Oklahoma to play the Oklahoma City Sparks. So check your local listings on MLB TV, CBS, ESPNU, and ESPN, and ABC for local games and air times for any of the AUSL games. Now, as we roll right along into it, we have another one of Jay's favorite segments, the Shining Stars. And how appropriate would it be to have our shining star as one of them is Paige Sinicki, who we just highlighted earlier from the Portland Cascade.
Paige,
who is a graduate of the University of Oregon in 2025. Her hometown is in Henderson, Nevada. She's a 2024 NFCA Rollins Gold Glove Award. The very little 5'3" infield that was acquired in the 4th round of the 2026 allocation draft. And she majored in physiology at Oregon and was a graduate assistant of the University of Utah in 2025.
And she got a black belt in kicking cancer's ass, yo.
Yes, she
Straight
does.
up. She got a black belt. Salute to the sensei.
And in her current career stats, she started all 219 career games, hitting batting .297 with 17 home runs and 102 RBIs with 65 stolen bases. And then moving on next is right-handed pitcher from the Chicago Bandits. We got Odichi Alexander Bennett, who graduated from James Madison University in 2021. Her hometown is Boydton, Virginia. She's the 2023 AU Pro Softball Champion, standing at 5'7". She was acquired in the 10th round of the 2023 inaugural draft, following her time at James Madison. She gave birth to her daughter back in January of this year, so she's a new mom, and she majored in sports recreation at James Madison. And she said actually that one of her most proudest accomplishments was becoming a stepmother and opening up her own softball facility called 643. As you know, that's one of the baseball terms in baseball that, Jay, you heard it before, right, Jay?
Yeah, 643. Yeah, that's like to that play, the other position. Yeah, 643, bro.
And if you want to talk about black belt, she actually earned a black belt in martial arts as a child.
Oh. Are you serious? Oh, don't mess with her. Yeah.
So shout out to our. Go ahead, Jay.
I know what 643 is. It's just like, isn't it when you get like 2 outs in a single play or something like that's a double play, right? 643, something like that.
Whoever touches the ball.
Okay. See, I know something about something. Come on now. Shoot.
So that's third. So that's third. So that's short to second to first.
Okay. Yeah, I ain't know where to, but I know it sounded like it was a double play. You know what I'm saying? That's what it sounds like.
And moving on, we're now going to go to our men's shining stars. And we're going to start off first. We're going to start off first with our third baseman of the Colorado Rockies, Kyle Karros. 6'5", 225 pounds. He's batting currently 263 with 8 home runs and 31 RBIs. He has 3 stolen bases on the season. Kyle Karros. If the name sounds familiar to you, that's because he is the son of former Dodger Eric Karros. He has a brother who was a pitcher who was his teammate at UCLA. It was selected by the Dodgers in the 2022 draft. Kyle was born July 26th of 2002 in Los Angeles, California. He played his first game for the Rockies last year, August 8th, 2025. He's currently within his career. He went to Miracosta High School, where he played college ball for the UCLA Bruins, and he also played college summer baseball at Cotuit Kettlers of the Cape Cod Baseball League. And he was drafted in the 5th round by the Colorado Rockies with the 145th overall pick in the 2023 draft. And then moving on next, we have our second more over the place. Our second shining star, which is Travis Bazzana of the Cleveland Guardians. Travis Bazzana is a second baseman who's batting 245 with 7 home runs, 27 RBIs, and 12 stolen bases, standing at 5'11", 199 pounds himself. Travis was born on August 28th of 2002 in Hornsby, New South Wales, Australia. He made his debut here for Cleveland on April 28th with the Cleveland Guardians. He is a first-time All-Star this year also as well. In his amateur career, he was at Taramura High School in South Taramura, which is a suburb in Sydney, Australia. He's and through his international career, he represented Australia in the World Baseball Classic this year as well. So those are your 2 shining stars for this week.
They whack. They was whack, man. You could have been better. Nah, I'm just messing with you, them boys. Nah, I'm just being silly, y'all. So this is my night just to be silly, y'all.
And moving on for our upcoming games, this It's not that many this time because of the All-Star break coming up, and the first games won't be until Thursday of next week, which will be headlined with only one game next Thursday, which will be Jay's Amazing Mets next Thursday.
Let's go. That's the only game you need to be played.
As they travel to Philadelphia to play their division rivals, the Philadelphia Phillies. Now, for this weekend, the games to check out will be the Milwaukee Brewers traveling to Pittsburgh to play the Pirates. Excuse me. In a division game standoff. Then you have the Philadelphia Phillies, the second place Phillies going up against the Detroit Tigers. You have the Atlanta Braves and the St. Louis Cardinals, which should be a really good one this weekend. And then you have the Toronto Blue Jays traveling to San Diego to play the Padres. The Cleveland Guardians and the Miami Marlins, two really young teams with a lot of really star players out there who may be the future. You may see these players as the face, not even the face, but the future of Major League Baseball will be going at it as well this weekend. And the Seattle Mariners against the Tampa Bay Rays, which will also be a good game of a lot of young players. Of course, you got Kyle Riley, the All-Star on the Seattle Mariners, Junior Caminero over in Tampa Bay. So those are the games to look out for this weekend as we head into the All-Star Week. Speaking of All-Star Weekend, and for those who may be wondering, was all the events, we have there's a ton of them going on. And this is at Citizens Bank Park, between Citizens Bank Park which is the home of the Phillies, and Pennsylvania Convention Center. So kicking everything off Friday is the HBCU Swingman Classic. That's Friday at 7:10. You can catch that on MLB Network or MLB.com. Now, the quick thing about the HBCU, I know there's always comments about HBCU, and a lot of times when you think of baseball teams and players that come out of the HBCU, sometimes they get overlooked. But there's a lot of good talent out there. And Ricky Weeks, who's a former player for who's a former Major League Baseball player, he talked about, he gave some advice. On Instagram, he talked about HBCU players, about why you might not go to any of the top 5 colleges, like overall, like that gets recruited for baseball players. He was giving advice about what to do and the things to do to get yourself put out there and noticed. Like, don't sweat the little things. He was saying things about, you may not feel like you have all the tools and resources, but you actually do. It's really all just about how much you really want it and getting better, So that's something to look at. That's what check out the HBCU Classic. They have there's some talent out there in that in those games those teams you're going to see. Then you have the All-Star Village coming up the following day on Saturday. That's July 11th to the 14th. That's actually like a fan festival. So fans who want to get to experience, you can check out the All-Star Village. You have the 2026 MLB Draft, which will be Saturday, July 1st at 1 p.m., which will actually be shown locally on NBC and Peacock and for MLB Network. So this is a chance for you to get to see who your favorite team is drafting and who's going to be playing for your team. Some of these players that get drafted, you may see before the season's over, as baseball, like hockey, is one of the few sports where you can be drafted in the same season during the middle of the season and end up still playing before the season's over. Then you have the All-Star Futures game. That's Sunday at Citizens Bank Park, which is basically all the young up-and-coming future players of the league. You have MLB X, which is Sunday the 12th as well. You have the Gatorade All-Star Workout Day, which is on Monday, July the 13th at 5 p.m. Then you have the T-Mobile Home Run Derby, which will be Monday, July 13th at 8 p.m. on Netflix. I got my opinions about why it's on Netflix, but we're going to say that for another time. And rounding out, of course, is the All-Star Game itself at Citizens Bank Park, July 14th at 8 p.m. on Fox. So check your local stations for all of these things. If you ain't doing nothing, or maybe you got bad weather in your city, so you don't really want to get outside, there's going to be plenty of baseball this week to keep you entertained. Now, we had Throwback Thursday. We have 3 quick clips just going to show. And since it's All-Star Week, I decided to throw at least 3 clips in of 3 memorable moments that occurred during the All-Star week, during the All-Star weekend over the years. And as you'll see, there is no Yankee bias in these 3 videos.
Here's a shot into deep right field. Back at the wall. Ichiro hits it off the wall. It takes a weird carom, and Ichiro may circle the bases. In to score is Roberts. Here comes Ichiro. Inside the park home run.
That boy was going to flight school.
And actually, for that, I think that's actually the only inside the park home run that's ever been hit during an All-Star game.
He was running like somebody was trying to chase him. Right, he owed somebody money.
That's how you hustle out the box.
Stances, leads off, rips one, goodbye. Ripken homers in his final All-Star game. The man of 1,000 stances leads off, rips one.
Yo, that was 2001, right?
Yep, that was it at Safeco Park, Safeco Field in Seattle.
Why did it look like it was like 1929, yo?
Because we were only 2 years removed from the 90s.
Like those graphics, crazy.
Shows a long way where we came from.
He swung the bat like an old person, yo. Like that was crazy. That was so crazy.
Ripken was never known for having the smoothest swing.
I know, but he didn't have to chop it like how they did, man, back in the 1900s. Yo. Like that was crazy. Like, that was a 1929 swing, yo. But it's all right though.
Didn't get his arms extended as he raises one into right center field. At the wall, it is caught. Oh, what a catch by Torrey Hunter. Woo. Is that any good? That'll wake you up. My goodness. Way over the wall to take a home run away from Barry Bonds. And fans in Minnesota will tell you that's routine for this guy. And Bonds says, thanks a lot.
Yo, that was crazy.
An iconic moment in the All-Star game. From the 2002 All-Star game that was at Miller Park in Milwaukee that year.
All right, so he had to do it. Yeah, that was in Milwaukee. That's his hometown. He was like, yeah, I'm at home, son. I got to show you. I snatched these all day, yo.
Nah, what are you talking about? No, the dude who snatched it, he played for Minnesota.
Oh, he played for Minnesota. Oh, my bad then.
Yeah.
Oh, he was just showing off then. He was just showing off. He could have let Bonds get that.
Now, here's the funny thing about it, though. While that is one of the most memorable moments, the most memorable moment of that All-Star game in 2002 was that it ended in a tie because they ran out of players.
What?
So instead of playing until somebody won, Commissioner Bud Selig, the late Bud Selig, made a decision. And this was now Bud Selig, the commissioner, Milwaukee is his hometown, and the Brewers was his team. And once all the players had been used, they didn't want to, wear any players out because it was an All-Star game and they might get injured for the regular season, the second half of the season. The game ended in a tie. Needless to say, fans were very upset. I remember that. And that's what led to what you see now, where if the game ends in a tie, after 9 innings, they have a swing off. And also another thing they made as an incentive was, I guess, for the teams to win was whoever wins, that league gets the home field advantage for the World Series.
Okay, that makes it more competitive.
But that was a dark day in baseball right there, and You know, a lot of fans would have rather seen a finish than to see a tie.
Yeah, tie's whack. There's no tying in baseball, yo.
Right. Right.
You tie your shoe.
Right. Unless the weather permits. But being that Miller Park has a dome, you didn't have to worry about the weather.
Come on, man. That's whack.
Now we come to the part where we know that we're reaching the end of the show, because here is our tutorial. It's a quick little tutorial. It's a quick video. Nothing spectacular. Just plain and simple for those of you trying to teach your kids out here. This is from I Coach Baseball. Like, comment, subscribe over there. Go check out their YouTube channel. And this is just a quick drill thing, a drill set for your kids when it comes to fielding.
Ready, go.
1, 2.
Good, reset. Ready, go.
1, 2.
Good, reset.
Hey, gotta teach them kids the fundamentals, yo. Gotta have the fundamentals, yo. And that's just good footwork. Let's say your kid doesn't even play baseball. They want to play football. They got that 1, 2, 3, stay in the pocket. Arm already up. Let it fly, yo. But yo, Nate, man, that was as always, man, it was a wonderful, full, detailed show, yo. You
Yeah,
always
we went over the time a little bit.
Oh, I didn't even realize. Okay. We see it a little bit. 20 minutes over. You lucky I ain't pay attention to the time. You know all the time. Now, listen, shout out to everybody who tapped in and tuned into the show tonight, man. Everybody who left a comment. You know, we appreciate y'all, especially those new subscribers and everything else. Yo, Nate, what you got for the people before we close out, yo?
Just everyone out there, just stay safe out there. We'll go exercise. Whatever, even if it's 30 push-ups. 30 sit-ups, 30 push-ups, 15 push-ups, whatever. Go take a little walk, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever you need to do. Get out there, work out, work with your kids. If you got kids, exercise with them as well. Work out with them, lead by example.
Hey, I keep it simple. Like the Spike Lee movie, yo, do the right thing, y'all. Just fight the good fight, do the right thing, man. Just be nice, man. Be nice to other people, yo. That's it. So listen again, man. We appreciate everybody who tapped in and tuned in to the show tonight, who left a comment. Yo, you guys are amazing. You guys are great. Don't forget, tomorrow we got the main show with the crew about 10:30. You know what I'm saying? But if you hit that notification bell, you will automatically know when it's time to tune in, yo. Until then, if we don't see you on Monday, if we don't see you tomorrow, hopefully see you Monday. I guarantee we see you next Thursday, yo. Peace, family. We out of here.